and I cook my way.
Hey my crowd, I'm the filmmaker and the main chef, and this is about how can we do a good cuisine with our touch, knowing how the most classical new trending food tastes like in the process. We're just starting together this journey, so hold yourself. I am Soth Locullo and let's start. First of all, drink a whole glass of wine. Just kidding, we need it for the Ragú alla Bolognese we are making together, so don't do it. But let's drink some whiskey, just to break the ice. Oh yes, I'm good now. Take an onion and a green knife so you can chop the edges, but please don't do it with a wide one because it will not do the job well done. So take again the green knife and cut the onion this way. Or this way, or maybe this... no, not this way. We will need a glass of white or red wine, one of milk, our wonderful chopped onion, a cup of air, because I don't know why it's there, so let's give it a whirl. 1 pound of lean ground beef, just look at it. Half pound of our fat pork belly, look how fatty, very heavily fatty it is. 2 tablespoons of whole pepper, 1 tablespoon of kosher salt, 1 tablespoon of applewood smoked black salt. The recipe doesn't need it, but the show is called Cooking My Way, so it is fine. And an espresso cup of pure olive oil, which can't miss in our home. It's about 2 ounces perhaps. At this point, I don't advise you to add the scenography in it like a chestnut or a walnut, but yes, you have to add some chili and a whole bay leaf. Before finish the list and get the party started, before you already know. You can start the process with a cookie or whatever you want, but please don't put in our recipe a pine cone, cause it's too hard. Well, we need also a big carrot and 2 ribs of celery. And you can also sharpen your knife if you want. You will not use for this recipe at all, but you will have it ready for the next episode. Add in a pot our espresso cup of olive oil and make a funky dance with it. Now you can see some fireworks cause the burner is new. But if you want the same smoke, you maybe can burn some bread crust. When the oil is hot as I am, add the chopped onion and give it a stir. And then 10 minutes, let's add our kosher salt. You can stir the onion whatever you want and make also another funky dance with the pot. But please, don't throw it on yourself. Now let's take our glass of wine and take a sip. It's delicious. Pour the half of it in the pot and give it another stir. It looks beautiful. Cut the edges of our carrot, making it explode, and cut it in half and in half again, and with your powers cut it fast into slices. Do the same with your celery before our powers end. Now in a small pot, let's try the heat. It's ready. So let's add our carrot and our celery to make our sofrito. Give it a stir, then 2 minutes, let's sip our wine. It's very good. And now in our pot, let's make our sofrito. Now it's time to sip again and pour it into the large pot. At this point, we need to resist from taking our slice of Italian shortbread and put all the sauce onto it. Now, before adding our lean ground beef, let's take the half pound of fat pork belly. But life is overwhelmed by things you can't do, so feel free to add the double of your quantity of pork belly. Cheat, because polyunsaturated fats makes life beautiful. Stir for 5 minutes with your superpowers And let's add your lean ground beef and cook it for 15 minutes until it's half cooked. And in meantime, while you are stirring it, you can also sip a little bit more of your favorite drink. Now add your ungrounded pepper and also ground more pepper if you like spicy. Then remember to take your 5 chilies from your scenography and crush it, therefore you can add them to your large pot. Now it is time to pour our half glass of whole milk into your sauce, but remember to don't drink it, it is only for children. Let's wait for the sauce to thicken, and now it's time to add the tomato sauce and also a tablespoon of tomato paste if you want it, and cook it for a couple of hours. When the sauce is ready, let's boil water. Add a handful of rock salt, and it's time to add your fettuccine that aren't pasta all'uovo until cooked. It's a process that takes 12 to 13 minutes. Distribute them well and stir evenly every 2-3 minutes. I will not be there with you, so you can do whatever you want. When your fettuccine are cooked, make sure to heat your sauce as hot as me and... okay, no, but wow, just look at it, all those bubbles that tell you subscribe, donate on Patreon, share with all your friends, support cooking my way. Now it's the last part, so hold yourself, put your fettuccine in a serving dish, and now all that you will see and feel will be love, grace, and your soul that feels its own fullness. Now the best part, eating. And as you can see, I also got a skill in roll-up fettuccine. It was a very hard training, but someone has to do it. And rolling, and let's try this deliciousness. Heaven. Here is Soth Locullo with his magic. See you in the next video.
And I cook my